Good day, everyone. My name is Armin Nicole Ibotista, and I am from Section A, and I'll be presenting to you Module 4, specifically the three-step method and aspects of a copy. So let's have a look at our lesson objectives. Number one is define and explain the three-step method in copy editing and explain its importance in ensuring clarity, accuracy, and readability of text. The second one is describe the key tasks involved in each step. The third one is understand and recognize the importance of marking up copy. And the fourth one is enumerate the aspects of a copy using guide questions. So let's first define the three-step method in copy editing. According to Susanna 2024, the three-step method in copy editing is a structured process that editors use to refine read and copy in successive layers. Each of the steps has its own focus, helping the editor improve clarity, correctness, tone, and overall consistency. Just like building a house, you don't jump into painting the walls. You first check the structure, then polish the details, and finally add up some finishing touches. Similarly, in copy editing, we go through three readings to make sure a piece of writing is clear, accurate, and effective. So here is an overview of the three-step method in copy editing. So we have first reading, second reading, and third reading. So for the first reading focuses on the tone of the copy by looking and analyzing the general aspects of the story, including its newsworthiness and possible violations of law, policy, and ethics. So basically, at this stage, the editor looks at the overall tone of the copy. The editor also analyzes the story's general aspects, such as whether it is newsworthy, and if it follows laws, policies, and ethical standards. Second one is that the first reading ensures that the writer has achieved his or her goals for writing. So here, the editor also checks if the writer has accomplished their purpose. For instance, if the goal was to inform, persuade, or entertain, the first reading confirms whether that goal is effectively met. And for the third bullet, it also makes certain that the writer has written for his or her intended audience. The first reading ensures that the copy is appropriate for its intended audience. This means that the language, examples, and style match who will be reading the story. Now let's move on to the second reading. So for the second reading, it focuses on carefully identifying and correcting errors. So for the second reading, the editor focuses on spotting and correcting errors. This actually includes grammar, spelling, and punctuation, making sure that the copy is technically accurate. This stage also involves the checking of accuracy of information, including names, figures, and other things which will ensure reliableness of the copy. So for the second reading, editors also verify all the information in the copy. They check names, numbers, dates, and other details to make sure everything is accurate and reliable. And lastly, we have to remember that the second reading also ensures that the copy style is consistent and appropriate. So, for the second reading, writing style should be consistent and appropriate for the publication and also for the audience. So, this keeps the copy professional and uniform throughout. Next to second reading, we have the third reading. So this is the part where the editor polishes the story by rigorously looking at the grammar. So here at this stage, the editor polishes the copy carefully, reviewing grammar to ensure every sentence is correct and professional. In this stage, the editor also checks if the copy needs to be shortened for conciseness or if it needs to be expanded in a more detailed way. So, in the third reading, the editor decides whether the copy should be made more concise or expanded with additional details to improve understanding. And also, in the third reading or during the third reading, another task is the rearrangement of paragraphs to improve the logical flow of sentences, ensuring overall organization in the copy. So basically, during the third reading, paragraphs may be rearranged to create a logical flow, making sure the ideas are organized and easy to follow. And finally, the editor may write or draft an appropriate headline for the copy. So basically, this is just the time where the editor can draft or can make a headline or a title for the copy, making sure that the headline summarizes the story effectively and it also grabs the reader's attention. Aside from the three readings, the first reading, second reading, and the third reading, we actually have the marking up the copy. So this is just optional. So let's define marking up the copy according to this. This stage in the copy editing process is optional, depending on the editor's preference. So basically, as you can see here, we have the choice whether we do this or not. So it involves giving instructions on styling words and phrases, paragraph formatting, or even column placement and margin. So here, the editor provides instructions on how the copy should appear, including word styling, paragraph formatting, and even column or margin placement. The availability of online softwares make it easier for editors to apply these changes directly on screen. So nowadays, online softwares, especially computers, or especially computer, it allows editors to apply these changes directly on screen. So it makes the process faster and more accurate. So those are the three readings or the three stages in copy editing, including the marking up the copy, which is an optional uh, stage for the editor. Now we will move on to the aspects or to the different aspects of a copy. So these are the things or these are the considerations that we need to look at when we are writing a copy or when we are assessing a copy. Number one is newsworthiness. As you can see here, we have different questions that we need to ask ourselves when we are assessing a copy. The first one is that is the story or angle timely and relevant? Will it interest the audience? Are there editorialized words or statements that need to be eliminated? So, for newsworthiness, the question is whether the story or its angle is timely and relevant, and whether it will capture the audience interest. So, here the editors check for any editorialized words or opinions that could make the story biased, removing them to ensure the piece is objective and engaging. The next thing that we have to consider is law, policy, and ethics. So we have four questions that we need to remember or we need to consider when checking law, policy, and ethics in our copy. Number one, are there matters that should legally not be made public? Are there ideas that have not been lifted from other sources? Are there libelous material included? Is there a way to tone down dangerous statements? And are any of the statements in bad taste? Any content that is potentially dangerous may be revised or removed to ensure that the copy is appropriate and responsible. Next aspect to look at is accuracy. So for accuracy, it ensures that all information in the copy is correct. Editors check for spelling, errors, verify facts, and make sure nothing important has been overlooked. For example, if a news article reports a community event, the editor will confirm the correct date, location, and names of participants to prevent misinformation. Next to accuracy, we have style. So, style ensures that the copy follows accepted writing standards and is consistent throughout. For example, if a publication uses the AP style, the editor will make sure dates, abbreviations, and capitalization follow those rules across the entire article. Next is, of course, grammar. So, grammar, it ensures that the sentences are correct and easy to understand, and that idiomatic expressions are used properly. For example, an editor would correct a sentence like, he don't know the rules to, he doesn't know the rules, ensuring proper subject verb agreement. Also have to consider clarity and brevity. Clarity and brevity ensure that the copy is easy to read and understand. Editors check for wordiness and simplify sentences when needed. For example, a sentence like, due to the fact that the event was cancelled, people were unable to attend, can be shortened to, because that event was cancelled, people could not attend. And lastly, we also have to consider organization and coherence. This ensure that ideas flow logically and that the meaning is clear to first-time readers. So editors, they also check that all relevant facts are included for a complete understanding. For example, in a news story about a community cleanup, the editor would make sure the introduction explains what happened, the body describes who participated and where, and the conclusion summarizes the result so the story makes sense from start to finish. So before I end my presentation, I actually have two reflective questions that I would like to ask you. Number one, when you write, how often do you step back and check whether your work is truly written for your intended audience? And for my second reflective question, among the aspects of a copy, which one do you personally struggle with the most? So I will wait for your answers in the comment. And yes, thank you so much for listening. And I hope you learned something from my presentation. Again, thank you so much.